Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Transfer Portal YouTube channel presented by NoContextCFB. My name is Andrew Sturman. That's my Twitter. Yeah, I don't have a last name apparently. Uh, the Rose Bowl has finally conceded their spot. They're joining the college football playoff. We're getting a 12-team playoff starting in 2023-2024. So this year's playoff and next year's playoff will be the final years of the 4-team format. And I just wanted to release some thoughts on this. As a Big Ten fan, this is going to sound biased for a second. It does kind of suck that the Rose Bowl is no longer going to have that tradition of, Big Ten versus Pac-12. No more, always getting like a Penn State or a Michigan or a Wisconsin or an Iowa in the Rose Bowl to play one of the West Coast teams in Oregon, UCLA, USC. Sucks that we're not going to get that, but I think it's the best thing for college football. Also, congratulations to the teams' fan bases in the SEC, ACC, and Big 12. You can now play in the Rose Bowl for the first time since however long since we had like Texas in the Rose Bowl, obviously that iconic game against USC. I just think this is a great spot for college football, but I do also think that there's some downsides. There's an upside that more teams are going to be able to have a chance to play for the national title. More fan bases are going to have that type of hope, and we're going to get the occasional upset, possibly a 12-5 if we have that type of a Power 5, not great team at 5, but a group of 5 stellar team at 12, kind of like what Cincinnati would have been, except they would have been in the actual 14 playoff. This year, I don't think that there's 12 teams worthy of the playoff. I don't even know if there's more than 6. TCU deserves it, Georgia deserves it, USC deserves it, and Michigan deserves it. How many other teams deserve a chance to play for the national title? Alabama lost twice. Granted, on the last play of the game, you can say that, benefits them a little bit. Ohio State has one good win, and that's a Penn State team that doesn't have a good win. Maybe you count Notre Dame as a good win, even though that's a completely different team than what Notre Dame is now. And then you're getting into the depths of like Clemson lost twice, a Kansas State team that has 3 losses, including a loss to Tulane. Tulane, who has a loss to Southern Miss as the possible group of 5 representative if we did have that 12-team playoff this year, if they beat UCF, which, by the way, if UCF wins and they would be in that 12-team format, this is a team that lost to Navy and should have lost to USF. He did not get that catch in. I will die on that hill. So I do think that there is that to look at, but how about instead of looking at it as a, competitive, you need to, earn your chance to win, a deserving spot in the college football playoff. Let's let the fan base have fun. Let's have the players have fun. More teams have a chance to win. Why not? I've kind of switched to that stance because I don't think this is a whole college basketball aspect where everybody needs to get in. All 68 teams that won a decent amount of games should be able to get in. But if you are the best at what you do, you should get an opportunity. Maybe we'll get a St. Peter's every now and again. Maybe we'll get like a Southern Miss great team in 3 or 4 years. Maybe that happens. You know what? Everything is possible in college football. We always say, oh, it's just going to be the Alabamas and the Georgias and, maybe Texas gets back. No, that's not always how it works. Alabama lost to Tennessee and LSU. They can lose to teams that are slightly worse than them. USC lost to Utah in a thriller. Georgia struggled with Missouri for 3.5 quarters. Nothing is impossible anymore. Is it improbable? Yes. Impossible? No. Upsets can happen. If you're thinking of this as more blowouts, that's the wrong mindset to have. Are there going to be blowouts? Yes, there will be blowouts in any type of format, any type of game. We could go back to the BCS and we'll have blowouts in championship games. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. You got to live with it. Teams are better than others. As my phone is blowing up, I'm about to blow up on people that are thinking that, every game is going to be a blowout because it's not. Imagine last year. We would have had New Year's 6 games with possible national title implications. Imagine a Kenny Pickett-led Pitt team with a Jordan Addison Biletnikoff winner going up against a Michigan State with the Doak Walker winner and Kenneth Walker. Imagine that for a chance to move on to the second round of the college football playoff. And for a matter of fact, that game would be at Pitt, at Heinz Field. Probably not the greatest spot for a playoff home game. We want that on an actual college campus. That's probably a bad example. Maybe look at like getting a Penn State a home playoff game. Imagine if they just said, you know what, we need whiteout at a playoff game. We need to bring that intensity, that energy, get the snow going, get the whiteout going. Absolutely electric atmospheres are going to happen with this. And that's one of my favorite things about the expansion. Home playoff games. Fans, students get the opportunity to watch their team in a playoff game, an actual chance to win the national title. The only teams that can really say that they've done that are Cincinnati, who had a home AAC title game last year against Houston. Their students were able to see that, but students really don't go to playoff games like this unless they can travel to wherever the actual site is. But that's not even a college football atmosphere. That's an NFL atmosphere because it's at NFL stadiums. I think this is great for college football, but there are still those downsides of, does 12 team really make the most sense? Maybe an 18 format would have been best, maybe even six. But you know what, man? We can't be, nitpicking about oh, this is the format we should have gone with. We got to realize this is the format we're going to get, take the positives of it. And then, you know what? Whatever negatives come with it, we'll roll with them. We'll deal with them because at the end of the day, it's college football. We all love it, no matter what happens to it. I hope you enjoyed that little rant. Make sure to follow TPortalCFB on Twitter, AndrewStrandman on Twitter if you are so inclined. All the ads are on the screen. Appreciate everybody. Make sure to like, video, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff everybody else tells you to do. Appreciate you. Have a great day.